tonight on Playing Games with Ron.
Passive
So
wasting.
this guy Cameron, right?
Yeah.
I go to pick him up
With a K.
as a Lyft driver. Cameron with a K. As a Lyft driver.
That's weird. K is already a bad sign. Go on.
Yeah. Now I gotta establish to everybody, I'm a Lyft driver, or I was prior to the CARES Act.
The Chinese virus.
Now
Got
you're
it.
independently wealthy? What?
So,
Come on, keep talking.
so I'm driving. I get a call in Huntington Beach. You know, not a. It's a good area. And it's probably 3 p.m. I go and it's like a boutique hotel. They have it's right next to a big shopping area, and they have ground level parking in the hotels, above it.
Okay.
I have a lousy truck.
So I pull in, and it's very small, but I see one guy over by sort of like the entrance to the hotel. So I kind of wave at him, and he doesn't do anything. He's just sitting there looking at his phone, but there's no one else out there. So it's got to be Cameron with a K, right? So I start to call Cameron with a K.
Okay.
And when I call him, he answers, and he's like,
I'm being kidnapped.
when I call him, what's that one truck? Yeah, you are being kidnapped, huh?
Yeah, I'm asking him to stop, but he's not.
Is that Cameron with a K driving?
No, it's CCP.
Sprint's giving us a ride over here in this Hero.
So he answered the phone.
Yeah,
He's
one
like,
more here to pick
"Why
up."
are you calling me?" And I was like, "No, dude, I'm in the car. I'm in the front. Here, just get in."
Follow that law, dude, to your southeast if you don't mind.
He opens my door very aggressively. He gets in the car and he slams the door.
Looks like we're
He's in the
heading
front
to,
seat, right in
Alpha
shotgun.
Seven.
Right.
He slams the
Oh,
fucking
okay, that's
door.
weird.
So I'm already picking up that he's a fucking tar. And
Okay.
he's slamming my door. So I look at him, I'm like, and I told him, don't slam my fucking door.
I got out. He ran into a tree.
So he's like, I'm sorry, go ahead. he starts clenching his fists when he's talking
God.
in the front seat. So I looked at him. I paused. I looked at him. I said, if you're gonna be clenching your fists, you're gonna get the fuck out. So you need to calm down. Otherwise, you're gonna get another ride. And then he stopped clenching. He kind of lightened up on his fist. He's like, okay, just go. I'm sorry. That's how he's talking. Just go. I'm sorry. So now I'm driving. I have to navigate. I'm a fucking Lyft driver. I have to figure out what the fuck's going on. This guy's going to the Disney store across from Disneyland. So,
Okay.
yeah. So I'm just like, that's a perfect fucking place for this
Cheers,
guy.
buddy.
It's a
How
perfect
old
place
is
for
he?
him to
Is
be
he
going.
like 20
No,
something?
this guy's like, well, he's either like 22 or 42. I can't fucking figure it out. But I think he's like
Yeah.
probably 22.
Drop crates,
25.
buddy.
Drop wherever you want. I'll build it. Wherever you want to build it.
Oops,
I'll
sorry.
build it. Okay, go on.
So yeah, and I've already sized him up, and I've already figured out, he's going to he would give me a fight, but I'll kick this fucker's ass. If it comes down to it, I'll kick his fucking ass, right? And it wouldn't look good on the news. You always gotta paint this shit by the news, where it's like,
Yeah.
Lyft driver attacks autistic man. It's never gonna work
Not a
out.
good headline.
Never.
Yo, you go to jail.
And like I told you last round, Sweaty, even if I'm in the right, it's not going to matter. It doesn't matter, because people are going to be like, well, you ain't in the right, man. But I'm in the right in my own mind.
Yeah.
So as we start driving down the main road, we're trying to get to the freeway on-ramp. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the fare. No, they don't tell you the fare until you're done. But I'm looking at the miles. And I'm thinking, okay, I got to be in the car for 35, 45 minutes of this fucking guy.
Because that's a hike from where you are.
Yeah. But I'm gonna make about $23. So is the $23 gonna be worth it? And so because otherwise I'll end it and kick him out. So I'm like, I'll take the 23 fucking dollars. Because right now he's just, docile in the front seat.
Yeah.
So we start heading down, and I would say like a minute and a half down the road before we get to the freeway, he fucking picks his nose. He picks his nose. He's in my front seat. He picks his nose, pulls something out his fucking nostril, and he balls it up and throws it down on the ground.
Wait, say that again? What?
He picked his nose. He's in the front seat. He picked his nose. I can see. I'm watching him out the corner of my eye.
God.
He picks his nose. I see him like slowly. He pulls like a booger out of his nostril, and he balls it up and throws it on the fucking ground.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So I told him, I was like, hey, don't be picking your nose in my fucking car.
Yeah.
But
Oh my God.
The thing is, see, I'm sensing a pattern as I tell the story. And the pattern is, I'm not getting out and kicking this fucker's ass. So, I have, as much as I want to, and I think about it, I do have the ability to control myself, unless something really bounces off, I suppose. But I'm sitting here, and now I'm really thinking about it. Okay, I got like a quarter mile till I turn and get on the freeway. Do I really want to have this fucking guy in my car? When he picked his nose and threw it, and I was like, don't be picking your nose in my car, he's like, oh, I'm sorry. Just go. Just go. So I'm sitting here. So as I'm waiting at the red light to turn right on this busy street, Beach Boulevard, Mantis, if you're aware. It's a very busy street. I'm waiting to turn right, and I'm fucking debating this shit. Now, because I'm getting anxious, I start humming to myself. Like I told you, Sweaty, I think I'm autistic when it comes to music. Honestly, I'm a kook.
That's okay.
So I start like humming, just subconsciously. I don't know I'm doing it. I just do it. As I'm turning right, this dude is in my fucking front seat. He's like, "Can you stop humming? Ugh.
Oh my gosh.
Do you always hum?" So yeah. So now I'm like, you know what? Are we in the vehicle? So at this point, I'm done, right? It's at strike 3. So I'm like, I don't really tell him. I just start turning right and doing a circle back to where we were.
Yeah.
But he notices. I didn't expect him to notice, but he is aware. I mean, he's aware enough to know that I was taking him back. We ain't going to the fucking Disney store no more.
Yeah.
Little boy.
Yeah.
So as I'm turning, he was like, "What? Where are you going?"
Oh,
And I'm like, "Hey, you know what? The ride's over, man. I'm gonna take you back, and you get another ride." He starts crying.
Oh fuck.
"No,
Fuck.
please. I swear. I promise. I'll be good." I'm like, "No, man. The ride's over. You're getting all out of control. You can get someone else." He's sitting in my front seat, and he starts. And I'm sitting there like, it's probably been like 3.5 minutes since the beginning of this shit. And I'm like, driving the fucking car. Look what I'm doing. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna tell my wife I had a fucking retard in my car start picking his nose and fucking crying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I know.
So I pull around and he's crying, and I'm pulling him into the parking lot. I pull up to where I picked him off. I said, "Get out." So I said, "Get out the car."
Yeah.
"No, I promise." I said, "Hey, get out my fucking car. I'm gonna throw you out. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna fucking pull you out of my car." So he gets out, and he's all tensed up, right? So he's getting out, and I can see, this motherfucker better not slam my door, because that's gonna be like the tick that makes me talk, right?
Yeah.
That's
for sure.
yeah. I mean, there's a limit, you know.
Yeah.
So he starts to get out. I was like, hey, don't slam my goddamn fucking door.
Yeah.
Don't slam my fucking door, motherfucker. He gets out and he slowly closes the door.
Really slowly.
I got through to him, right?
Yeah.
I got through to him. He knows what an ass kicking is, apparently.
Yeah.
So he's out the car. That's job number one. When you're a Lyft driver, job number one is get those motherfuckers out your car.
Yeah.
I got him out of the car, and then I'm sitting here thinking, man, I got to take a fucking picture of this guy. Because I'm going to tell this story, and people need to see who Kameron with a K is. I'm in there, and I'm flustered, right? So yeah, I want to get a picture, but I also need to like end the ride on my phone correctly so that I can get paid for my time, the fucking chump change I'm gonna get for my time,
Yeah.
and to report him and all this fucking lame shit. So I'm able to end the ride, and I like navigate out the app. I pull the camera up. I start to like, I'm trying to take video of him, right? But I'm kind of like, I'm shaky because this is just how I am. When I'm, you know, when I'm getting pushed out my comfort zone, you know, just the way it is. I start getting all fucking weird. So I get the camera, I turn it on, I start like filming him. He looks at me. He's still there because obviously I'm trying to film him. He looks at me. He's like, "What are you taking a picture of? What are you taking a picture of?" And I'm filming him doing this, right?
Say I want to see the booger.
He starts like making a face where he puts his nose, you know, kind of like you put your nostrils up and then you push your eyes back. You know, he's making a face. He's like, ah, ah.
He's actually giving you his nose.
Yeah. He's making it's like a pig face or something, right? He's making a face at me.
Wow.
And I'm starting to pull away because I'm in this underground kind of ground level parking lot. I guess that's what I would say. And as I'm starting to like pull away, he's like, "What are you filming, huh?" And he's making this face. He starts approaching my car.
Uh-oh, he's ticked now.
So I'm still like filming him, but now I'm outside of the, you know, I've emerged onto the sidewalk of the street that you turn on. He's coming close to my car. And I put my phone down. I was like, I told him, back the fuck up or I'm gonna get out and knock you out. Back the fuck away from my car. I'm gonna get out because I'm secretly dying to do it.
Yeah.
And you can see what poor judgment that would be if I did it. It would be like the worst thing to possibly do because it would be on the fucking news.
Yeah.
Lyft driver assaults autistic boy going to Disneyland.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's so bad. It's bad optics.
Yeah, I would be lynched.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I told him, get the fuck away from my car. I'm gonna get out and fucking knock you out. And he, again, apparently this has happened to him before because he stopped and he backed up. And I left. I got on the horn with Lyft.
Yeah.
I gave them a call and I waited, and after 20 minutes on the horn with Lyft, reporting him, you know, very appropriately, like, you know, very formally in my formal voice.
Very patient.
Yes, I told them that, you know, he should not be on the system. There's obviously something mentally wrong with him.
Yeah.
And, you know, and so they assured me they would do something about it, which I'm sure they didn't.
Right.
I mean, $20 is $20, right?
Yeah.
And then they compensated me. They had to calculate it, but they compensated me approximately maybe $6.30, something like this, after 20 minutes on the phone.
Wow.
So then I drove to a local parking lot to decompress.
Yeah.
Called my wife, told her I got a story to tell you when I get home. And I'll be home in about 15 minutes. And what's for dinner? That was Kameron.
Did you show her the film?
Oh,
Did she laugh her eyes out?
now, remember I told you I was like real flustered when I was getting out of the app and doing all that shit right and getting my phone and getting the camera right.
Shaky, yeah.
I never hit the fucking record button. Yeah. I never hit the record button.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's fucking brutal. Personally, if I had hit the record button just for, it would have been about 15 seconds. No, probably about 15. I gotta think about probably about 15 seconds of Kameron. It would be worth it. Because at least I got something to say, like tell. But otherwise, you know.
It's a fair bet to say that if you ever have a kid someday, you'll never name him Cameron, right?
No. I think it's a fair bet to say I just don't have no kids and take a risk.
Okay, but like if it ever happened, I think
I
that
don't want-
name has been crossed off the list because it gives you bad memories.
It's fucking brutal. It's yeah. Kameron was one of the worst just because it was like dealing with an alien. There was no reason. You know what I mean? I could reason through force.
Yeah, he only knows power, of course. He doesn't know anything else.
But but the girl, whoever the girl was,
Yeah.
there was no, you know.
She had no empathy. She had no sense of.
Like no
She
shame.
was selfish as fuck. Yeah.
Yeah,
She
no
didn't
shame.
give a shit. Yeah.
So I mean, I'm trying to think what would be a more dangerous prospect if I. I think if I had thrown her in the hedge, it would have been.
She probably would have been stunned, and then she probably would have felt bad, and then the second you left the scene or she called the cops, she would put an axe down, like, I'm the victim, probably.
Gary mode.
She'd
Well,
probably feel bad the second that she got her ass whooped, and then after that she just put her victim face on.
Guys, we gotta get to the flag.
Okay.
There's
Well,
a
fuck.
flag?
We're winning? We're winning that much?
This is AAS, guys. This is not
How could we
insurgents.
be winning?
I can't believe we're winning. I thought we were Okay. Well, that was a good story, and now that the story's done, I'm going to bed. So
Yeah,
I'll
that's
just
a good
give
story, man.
I'll give someone the squad lead.
I apologize, by the way. I know I'm
No,
intense.
it's a good story.
I'm very intense. I wish there was more payoff.